Hello and namaste to dear students and all our valued viewers. You are welcome to Teach Nepal. I am Bijur Neupane. Today I am going to present you a new lesson of Compulsory English Grade 11. That is a short story of Section 2 under Literary Studies. So today in this video I'll deal with the story called The Wish by Roald Dahl. In this video I'll present you the short summary, explanation, analysis, interpretation, themes, and the question answers. Therefore, please watch the video till the end to get the complete understanding of the story. That is, students, let me start today's lesson. Before I begin, I would like to request you all to subscribe our channel for other many videos and updates. Please press the notification bell to get notified about our new videos automatically. Now let me begin with this story, The Wish by Roald Dahl. It is one of the short stories of grade 11 compulsory English new course. So the content inside this video, they are about the author, plot, setting, characters, summary of the story, analysis, themes, and question answers. Finally, I have written the answers of the questions which are mentioned in your textbook. So Roald Dahl was a British novelist and short story writer, as well as he was the fighter pilot also. And his books have been sold more than 25 million copies, right? More than 25 million copies of his books have been sold worldwide. So he was the most popular literary figure. He served in Royal Air Force also during the Second World War. It's about the author, and we can see some framework or the setting, characters, and the plot of this story here. It's about a boy, a young boy, who uses so his innocence in this story, or his imagination, that has been described thoroughly in this story. So to get the complete understanding of the story, we need to go through the lines of the story which have been given in your book. So before we go through the lines of the book, let's talk about the plot of the story. Exposition is that the boy is alone inside his house, and he was picking up his scalp. Scalp means that is the hard skin which covers our wound. That is what it is scalp. An example घाउको लेयर हुन्छ नि जुन सुक्न लागेको टाटा, त्यसलाई चाहिँ स्क्याप भन्छ, राइट? पाप्रा. द बोय नोटिसेस अ लार्ज कार्पेट. अब जब त्यो आफ्नो स्क्याप चाहिँ भुइँमा झर्छ, उसले तानेपछि देन ही नोटिसेस द लार्ज कार्पेट विथ डिफ्रेन्ट कलर्स. ही क्रिएटिभली टेल्स हिमसेल्फ द्याट इच डिफ्रेन्ट कलर रिप्रेजेन्टेड समथिङ. भनेको त्यहाँ भएको रेड कलरले चाहिँ द्याट कोल, राइट? कोइला रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्छ, त्यो फायर कोल रेड, जुनले चाहिँ पोल्न सक्छ, राइट? Then he says that black color represented the snakes. So he was afraid of these things. He was afraid to cross that carpet inside his house. Rising action is when the boy starts stepping on the yellow part of the carpet, and halfway across he starts to wobble around, means to shake around, right? He was having problem to cross that carpet. This is the rising action or the problem of the story. He was unable to, or he was in problem because of his imagination that the carpet or the different pattern of the color of that carpet represented different things, the dangerous things, so he could not cross that carpet. And climax is that while he was trying to cross that, right, he collected his courage to cross the carpet, because if he crossed that carpet tomorrow, if he didn't die, or if he could cross that carpet tomorrow, he would be given a puppy for his birthday. He was thinking that, and he was motivated enough because of that थिङ्किङ. त्यो सोचाइले गर्दा म भोलि चाहिँ मेरो बर्थडेमा पप्पी पाउँछु, अथवा बाबु मम्मीले मलाई पप्पी दिनुहुन्छ भन्ने सोचाइले गर्दा चाहिँ ऊ चाहिँ मोटिभेटेड थियो, र लास्टमा चाहिँ उसले त्यो जुन क्रस गर्न खोज्दा खोज्दै, राइट, आफ्नो जस्ट इमेजिनेसनले, राइट, एउटा चाइल्डिस इमेजिनेसन अथवा इनोसेन्स देखाएको छ. त्यो कार्पेटको डिफ्रेन्ट कलरलाई चाहिँ उसले डिफ्रेन्ट डेन्जरस थिङ भनेर चाहिँ इमेजिन गरिरहेको छ, र त्यही कुराले गर्दा चाहिँ ऊ चाहिँ त्यो क्रस गर्न, त्यहाँ माथि हिँड्न डराइरहेको छ. लास्टमा जब उसले त्यो ब्ल्याक पार्टलाई टच गरेर हुन्छ, त्यसले चाहिँ उसलाई फिल हुन्छ कि स्नेकले आएर चाहिँ उसलाई बाइट गर्न लागिरहेको छ, टच गर्न लागिरहेको छ, र उसले भनिरहेको हुन्छ आइ एम नट टचिङ यु, यु मस्ट नट बाइट मी। उसले चाहिँ बाइट गर्न आएको भनेर चाहिँ अब यु मस्ट नट बाइट मी भनेर आउँछ। द्याट वाज द क्लाइमेक्स। फलिङ एक्सन भनेको he continues his journey across the carpet. However, the next step is quite far, right? But he was uh, going. Okay, he tried to move back. ऊ चाहिँ बिचमा गयो, कार्पेटको भएर न यता आउन सक्यो न उता आउन सक्यो। वाज स्ट्रक देयर। द्याट वाज द फलिङ एक्सन एन्ड रिजोल्युसन इज द्याट के थियो त कन्क्लुजन भन्दा द स्नेक्स स्टार्ट स्टिरिङ अन्डरनिथ हिम, बट देयर वाज थियो द स्नेक नट एक्ज्याक्टली, देयर वाज नट द स्नेक, but it was just the feeling or imagination of the boy, right? He starts to wobble, means shake, and tries to keep his balance by waving his arms. However, it doesn't work. He slowly starts to fall over, falling faster and faster towards the black. भनेको त्यो ब्ल्याक प्याटर्न अथवा ब्ल्याक कलर कार्पेटको त्यो ब्ल्याक कलरमाथि चाहिँ चाहिँ त्यहाँ लड्यो, राइट? हि गेभ अ लाउड क्राई एज हि टच द ब्ल्याक। जब ऊ चाहिँ लडेर त्यहाँ चाहिँ when he fell down and touched the black pattern or black color of the carpet, and he cried, oh snake, right? Snake touched me, don't bite me, right? I'm not touching you, in that way he was crying. That was the resolution. अब त्यसो भए हामी एकचोटि सर्व स्टोरी हेरौँ बुकबाट, राइट? सो द्याट इट विल बी क्लियर। एउटा एक खालको फ्रेम त तपाईँहरूको माइन्डमा सेट भइसक्यो के रहेछ स्टोरीको बारे, स्टोरी चाहिँ के को बारेमा रहेछ भन्ने, राइट? बिफोर वी गो थ्रु द्याट समरी, हामी चाहिँ समरीमा जानु भन्दा अगाडि एक्सप्लेनेसन टाइपको, राइट? लेट अस ह्याभ some explanations of these stories. अब क्यारेक्टर भनेको चाहिँ मदर एन्ड द यङ बोय, देयर आर ओन्ली द टु क्यारेक्टर्स, राइट? A young boy, we don't know about the name, age, but we just know that he's a child, right? He's a child and he's so innocent. This story, The Wish, is about a young boy's fantasy in which his carpet is alive with snakes and fire. Using imagery and metaphor, Dahl uses the character of a curiously imaginative young boy to help us reflect on the delicacy of our childhood innocence. त्यो बोयले जुन इमेजिन गरेको छ डिफ्रेन्ट कलर्स आर द डिफ्रेन्ट अब्जेक्ट्स अथवा डिफ्रेन्ट डेन्जरस थिङलाई चाहिँ उसले रिलेट गरेको छ। द्याट इज वाट इज कल द चाइल्डहुड इनोसेन्स। डिफ्रेन्ट चाइल्ड हामीले पनि आफ्नो चाइल्डहुडमा चाहिँ धेरै त्यस्तो इनोसेन्स एक्सपिरियन्सहरू कलेक्ट गरेको हुन्छ, राइट? सो इट इज बिङ रिफ्लेक्टेड बाई दिस स्टोरी, and this is about a young boy who has a frightening event in his childhood, right? Because of his imagination, he was having the frightening experience. So then let's get started with the explanation, some line by line from the book also there. So the ways I have underlined some of the key points or some of the things of this story. So let us begin with this. So in the first paragraph here, the boy had a scrap on his knee, so he wanted to take that out. Right, in the second paragraph, it is given there. He took that out. He raised it, but ever so slightly, suddenly it came up, and it fell down on the carpet. Right, in the next paragraph, it is told that it fell on the carpet, but the carpet was really tremendous, or it was really large, bigger than the tennis lawn, much bigger than that. He regarded it gravely, right? And he just observed the different colors of the carpet, right? जब उसले color observe गर्यो, the red part of the carpet are red hot lumps of coals. आगोको त्यो कोइला, उसलाई चाहिँ त्यो आगोको कोइला जस्तो लाग्यो, right? जसले चाहिँ उसलाई जलाउन सक्छ। And he thought that if I toss the red, then I would be burned, right? मैले त्यसलाई टच गरेँ भने म चाहिँ जल्ने छु, right? And the black parts of the carpet, yes, the black parts are the snakes, poisonous snakes, right? The black part like चाहिँ cobra अथवा poisonous snakes सँग चाहिँ compare गरिरहेको हुन्छ। But he was still committed, he was still determined to cross that carpet. त्यो उसलाई त्यो फिलिङ हुँदाहुँदै पनि, त्यो इमेजिनेसन हुँदाहुँदै पनि, he thought that I will be given a puppy for my birthday tomorrow if I cross that, right? And he got his feet and climbed higher up the stairs to obtain a better view of this vast tapestry tapestry of color and depth, right? Was it possible? He was अब त्यसले के प्लान गर्यो, त्यो कार्पेट भएर चाहिँ माथि अपस्टेयर जाने र त्यो कुराहरूलाई अब्जर्भ गर्ने, माथिबाट चाहिँ अब्जर्भ गर्ने प्लान गर्यो। बट वाज इट पोसिबल, यो पोसिबल छ त भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ उसले आफैले आफैलाई क्वेसन गरेर आउँछ, राइट। सो यो स्टोरी चाहिँ थरली थर्ड पर्सन पोइन्ट अफ भ्यूबाट भनिएको छ है। सो येल्लो वाज ओन्ली द कलर, अब त्यो कार्पेटमा भएको मध्ये कलर चाहिँ येल्लो कलर चाहिँ द्याट वाज फाइन, अर येल्लो वाज द ओन्ली कलर हि वाज अलाउड टु वाक अन, भनेको अकर्डिङ टु हिम येल्लो कलरमा चाहिँ उसले केही पनि त्यस्तो इमेजिन गरेन अथवा त्यस्तो केही पनि देखेन। बट रेड कलर, ब्ल्याक कलर, दे वर नट गुड फर हिम, राइट, बिकज रेड कलर represented that coal, red hot coal, and black color represented the snake, the poison snake or the cobra. So he didn't want to walk over that, right? And the yellow was a bit thin in places, and there were one or two whitish gaps. There were gaps also, but it did seem to go all the way along to other end, भनेको एउटा छेउदेखि अर्को छेउसम्म चाहिँ फैलिएको थियो कलर अथवा त्यसको प्याटर्न, राइट। त्यसपछि उसले चाहिँ he was determined, or he had to go to the upstairs, right? उसले म upstairs जान्छु र त्यहाँबाट हेर्छु भनिरहेको छ, माथिबाट चाहिँ त्यो कार्पेट हेर्ने, अब्जर्भ गर्ने, राइट। सो he sandaled foot and placed it cautiously upon a patch of yellow, त्यसपछि ऊ चाहिँ येल्लोमा टेकेर चाहिँ त्यो येल्लो प्याटर्न अथवा येल्लो कलरमा टेकेर चाहिँ माथि अपस्टेयर्स जाने प्लान गरिरहेको हुन्छ, राइट। त्यसपछि there were many chaos or confusions, or he was a bit afraid, he was frightened, right, चाहिँ fearful थियो, डराएको थियो। There he had started, his bright oval face was curiously intent, right? He was just eagerly doing the things, somehow afraid also. He took another step, lifting his foot high over a patch of back, right? एउटा खुट्टा अगाडि सार्न खोज्यो, अगाडि बढ्नको लागि। And completed the second step, he paused to rest, जब ऊ चाहिँ सेकेन्ड स्टेपको लागि चाहिँ अगाडि बढिरहेको थियो, एकछिन रेस्ट गर्यो, राइट, पज गर्यो, रोक्यो, रेस्टको लागि, रेस्ट गर्न, आराम गर्नको लागि। सो त्यतिकैमा he was quite breathless now and so tense, he stood high on his toes all the time, arms up। किन क्याउसियसली गरिरहेको थियो भन्दा, इफ यु टच्ड रेड एन्ड ब्ल्याक पार्ट अफ द कार्पेट, राइट, ब्ल्याक र रेड पार्ट टच गऱ्यो भने के हुन्थ्यो, उसलाई के फिल हुन्छ भन्दा, he thinks that snake will bite him or that hot coal will burn him। त्यो येल्लो पार्टले मा स्नेक छ, त्यसले चाहिँ उसलाई डस दिन्छ, स्नेकले बाइट गर्छ, र रेड पार्टमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ, ऊ चाहिँ जल्न सक्छु भन्ने। त्यो भएर चाहिँ जस्ट येल्लो पार्टमा मात्रै टच गरेर हिँड्नु परिरहेको छ उसलाई, राइट। बट द्याट वाज समाउ डिफिकल्ट, त्यो डिफिकल्टिजहरू चाहिँ यहाँ मेन्सन गरिएको छ, राइट। डिसाइड एक्ज्याक्टली वेयर हि सुड पुट हिज फिट, कहाँ मैले चाहिँ आफ्नो फिट प्लेस गर्ने भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ उसले डिसाइड गरिरहेको छ, राइट। It was more difficult, there was not so much black in that direction, राइट। त्यसपछि सडनली जब अगाडि बढ्दै थियो, he felt that sudden the old sudden sickening surge of panic in his chest। जब अगाडि बढ्दै थियो उसलाई चाहिँ चेस्टमा पेन भयो जस्तो भयो, प्यानिक, राइट, उसलाई चाहिँ दर्द, दुखाइ भयो त्यहाँ, जब ऊ चाहिँ त्यहाँ आफ्नो टोयमा, राइट, अथवा आफ्नो फिटमा टेकेर अगाडि बढिरहेको थियो। he got lost all alone in the darkest part of Piper's wood। जब अगाडि बढ्दै थियो त्यो येल्लो पार्टमा, राइट, he was struck there, lost भनेको चाहिँ त्यहाँ ऊ चाहिँ म अगाडि बढ्ने कि पछाडि जाने, कता जाने भइरह्यो, राइट, बिकज द्याट वाज नट द स्ट्रेट फरवर्ड। देन he took another step, त्यो चाहिँ त्यहाँ आफै हरायो, अब त्यहाँबाट त्यो येल्लो पार्टबाट जान नसकेको भएर most probably, right, he took another step, placing his foot carefully upon the only little piece of yellow within reach, भनेको सानो टुक्रा थियो येल्लोको, त्यो भएर चाहिँ right, he had to be so careful there। Then while he was moving ahead, right, it wasn't touching the black, right, he could see it wasn't touching, yellowले टच गरिएको थिएन र आफूले हिँड्दा पनि ब्ल्याकलाई टच गरिएको थिएन। he could see the small line of yellow separating the toe of his sandal from the black, right, स्यान्डलले चाहिँ त्यो ब्ल्याकलाई सेपरेट गरिदिएको थियो। बट द स्नेक स्टेड एज दो सेन्सिङ हिज नियरनेस, भनेको चाहिँ उसले चाहिँ स्नेकलाई नजिक देखे जस्तो फिल हुन्थ्यो। एन्ड रेज इट्स हेड एन्ड गेज, स्नेकले चाहिँ आफ्नो टाउको रेज गरेर चाहिँ उसलाई हेरे जस्तो देखिन्थ्यो उसको खुट्टातिर। एट द फिट विथ ब्राइट बेडी आइज वाचिङ टु सी if it was going to touch, right? मलाई छुन गइरहेको छ कि भनेर स्नेकले हेरे जस्तो देख्थ्यो. आइम नट टचिङ यु, यु मस्ट नट बाइट मी. त्यतिकै मोस्टली के भनिरहेको हुन्छ, मैले तिमीलाई छोएको छैन, यु मस्ट नट बाइट मी, यु नो आइ एम नट टचिङ यु. द बोय सेड दिस थिङ्स, राइट? नादर स्नेक स्लाइडर. त्यसपछि उसले त्यतिकै भन्दै गर्दा उसलाई के फिल हुन्छ, अर्को स्नेकले पनि हेड रेज गर्यो र हि वाज जस्ट टु हेड्स नाउ, टु पेयर्स अफ आइज स्टेयरिङ एट द फुड. मलाई चाहिँ दुईवटा स्नेकहरूले हेरिरहेको थियो. दे वर गेजिङ अ लिटिल नेकेड प्लेस, राइट? मेरो खाली ठाउँमा, खुट्टाको खाली ठाउँमा चाहिँ हेरिरहेको थियो. बिकज स्यान्डल भन्दा माथि त बेयर हुन्छ, खाली हुन्छ नि, होइन? सो द स्नेक्स वेयर observing, or they were staring at the food, he is saying. In the next paragraph, there was the deep curling river, black, that ran clear across the width of the carpet. भनेको that there was the curling river of black. भनेको there was the black pattern, right? And he was forced by his position to cross it as its widest part. He had to cross that there, then only he could go to the upstairs. But he decided he could not be sure of landing accurately. त्यहाँ accurately ल्यान्ड हुन्छु अथवा अर्को साइडमा जान्छु भन्ने उसलाई चाहिँ स्योर थिएन. हि टुक अ डिप ब्रेथ, लिफ्टेड वान फुट. अब उसले चाहिँ करेज, राइट? हि कलेक्टेड द करेज एन्ड हि स्टार्टेड going to the another part, right? त्यतिकैमा he leaned forward, right, transferring his weight to his front foot. Then he tried to bring the back foot up as well, right? उसले चाहिँ कसरी अर्को ठाउँमा ल्यान्ड गर्ने अथवा जम्प गरेर त्यहाँ अड्डिने भन्ने प्लान गरिएको छ. He strained and pulled and jerked his body, but the legs were too wide apart and he could not make it, right? ऊ चाहिँ प्रपरली त्यहाँ चाहिँ फुट अपार्ट भनेको फैलिएको भएर चाहिँ उसले एक्ज्याक्टली जहाँ सानो ठाउँमा टेक्नु पर्थ्यो त्यहाँ टेक्न सकेन कार्पेटको. हि ट्राई टु गेट ब्याक अगेन. फेरि पछाडि आउन खोज्यो, बट हि कुड नट डु द्याट आइदर. न आउन सक्यो, न अगाडि आउन सक्यो, न पछाडि जान सक्यो. हि वाज डुइङ द स्प्लिट्स एन्ड हि वाज प्रपरली स्ट्रक. त्यहाँ अब अड्क्यो. हि वाज स्टप देयर. हि वाज स्ट्रक, राइट? अब he glanced down and saw this deep curling river of black underneath him. भनेको ब्ल्याक, उसको मुनि चाहिँ ब्ल्याक कलर देखिरहेको थियो. त्यो भनेको चाहिँ के हो? he was looking at the snake. उसलाई के फिल भइरहेको छ? ब्ल्याक भनेको त स्नेक भनिरहेको छ उसले. was imagining that parts of it were staring now and uncoiling and beginning to shine with a dreadfully oily glister, right? He wobbled. त्यो कुराले चाहिँ उसलाई डर लाग्यो, right? He sagged, waved his arms uh, frantically to keep his balance, but that seemed to make it worse, right? जब ऊ चाहिँ आत्तियो त्यसपछि उसले आफ्नो बडी ब्यालेन्स गर्न सकेन र he fell down, right? And he put out a hand to break the fall, and the next thing he saw was this bare hand of his going right into the middle of a great glistening mass of black, and he gave one piercing cry as it touched. भनेको जब ऊ चाहिँ लडेर चाहिँ ब्ल्याक पार्टलाई टच गर्यो, he felt that ओ आई टच द स्नेक, होइन, मैले स्नेक छोएँ जस्तो लाग्यो. सो त्यो कारणले गर्दा हि cried there outside in the sunshine far away behind the house. The mother was looking for her son, right? यङ बोयको मदरले चाहिँ बाहिर उसलाई चाहिँ कुरेर बसिरहेको हुन्छ. सो द स्टोरीमा चाहिँ के भन्दा बोय प्रेजेन्ट्स द बोय एक्सप्रेसेस इज इनोसेन्स, राइट? बोयको एउटा इनोसेन्स कार्पेटमा हेरेर उहाँको कलरलाई उसले चाहिँ डेन्जरस थिङ्ससँग कम्पेयर गरेको, र त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ ऊ चाहिँ त्यो कार्पेटमा एउटा एजबाट एउटा साइडबाट अर्को साइडमा जानको लागि उसलाई डर लागिरहेको छ, र त्यही डरले गर्दा चाहिँ ऊ चाहिँ बिस्तारै एउटा येल्लो पार्टमा भएर मात्र जान खोजिरहँदा ऊ त्यहाँ जान सकेन, र फलस्वरूप चाहिँ त्यहाँ लड्न पुग्यो, राइट? एन्ड दिस वाज द एन्डिङ अफ द स्टोरी. So, summary here. You please go through these things very quickly, right? Um, because we have already explained the whole story there very quickly. And let's see the analysis. The story, the Wish is about a young boy's fantasy in which his carpet is alive with snakes and fire, using imagery and metaphor. That uses the character of curiously imaginative boy, young boy, to help us reflect on the delicacy of our childhood and innocence. बोयको माध्यमबाट चाहिँ हामीलाई चाइल्डहुड इनोसेन्सको बारेमा बताइएको छ. द्याट इज अननेसेसरी फियर इज हार्मफुल. त्यसमा के भनेको छ, जब बोय चाहिँ डरायो, राइट? त्यो डराइको कारणले गर्दा उसलाई म चाहिँ राम्रोसँग वारपार गर्न सक्दिनँ कार्पेटमा, अथवा while he was trying to cross that carpet, right? While he was trying to go across that carpet, he was fearful about that. He was fearful, he was afraid of touching the black and red part of the carpet. So he was fearful, and त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ ऊ चाहिँ लास्टमा लड्न पुग्यो, राइट? फियर कजेस पिपुल टु मेक ब्याड चोइसेस। डरले गर्दा मान्छेहरूले कहिलेकाहीँ ब्याड चोइसेसहरू आफ्नो लाइफमा लिन, अथवा ब्याड सेलेक्सनहरू चाहिँ लिन बाध्य हुन्छन्, राइट? Main themes are imagination, game, right? That was just a part of game also. The thing that he was doing, जे कुरा गरिरहेको थियो त्यो एउटा गेम पनि हो, फियर एन्ड ब्रेभनेस, राइट? बट उसँग फियर थियो, त डर पनि थियो, र ऊ चाहिँ इन्करेज पनि थियो, किनकि ऊ चाहिँ त्यहाँ गिफ्ट पाउँछु भन्ने कुराले चाहिँ उसलाई चाहिँ इन्करेज पनि गरिरहेको थियो। सस्पेन्स, राइट? के हुन्छ, के हुन्छ, म चाहिँ जान सक्छु कि सक्दिनँ, राइट? त्यहाँ चाहिँ टच नगरी जान सक्छु कि सक्दिनँ, रेड पार्टलाई ब्ल्याक पार्टलाई, दिज वर द थिङ्स। Main theme is that fear causes people to make bad choices, right? The theme is proven when the narrator says once he had a choice of ways, either to left or right, and he chose the left because although it seemed the more difficult, there was not so much black in that direction. त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ उसले चाहिँ that left part चाहिँ choose गरेको हुन्छ, right? So this is the main theme of the story. Symbols used, even if we can make our most big wish come true, we have to think about the stakes and the risks, right? सजिलो वे भए पनि हामीले चाहिँ रिस्कको बारेमा पनि सोच्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। इट्स नट वर्थ द ट्रबल अफ मेकिङ आवर विस कम ट्रु इफ द रिस्क आर टु हाई, राइट? इट मिन्स इट्स नट वर्थ द ट्रबल अफ मेकिङ आवर विस, हामीले विस गरिरहनु चाहिँ इट्स नट वर्थ, राइट? इफ द रिस्क आर टु हाई, हामीले चाहिँ रिस्क धेरै छ भनेदेखि चाहिँ हामीले विस गरेर पनि त्यसलाई फुलफिल गर्न सकिन्न भन्ने कुरा। So answer question answers here. Are five short answer questions, right? I have answered these questions. What did the child do to the scab on his knee? The child raised the scab on his knee, and it came up beautifully, leaving interesting circle of smooth red skin. Please go through these question answers. Okay, the kind of effect, what kind of effect did the carpet have on the child? The boy found, the child found, you can write, found the carpet tremendous. It was bigger than the tennis lawn, much bigger than that, right? He regarded it gravely, setting his eyes upon it, right? In that way, you can write the answers. Please go through these answers right here. So, what did the child see as he looked down on the black patterns of the carpet? He saw uh, the snakes, poisonous snakes, and reference to the text, right? So here are some other questions. I have tried to answer these some of the questions here, and which are long answers. I have not answered the long answers here. You can summarize the text on your own, right? And you can write the theme also on your own. These things. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you have to say anything about the videos, or if you have any queries related to this story, please don't forget to write a comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe.